Hi, welcome to our lecture, in which we will cover second unit, from your book, that is, Microorganism, Friends and Foe. Here, I am Muggs, starting the unit by saying, S-Planet. Here we go. Before starting, let's we know about organism. An organism refers to a living thing that has an organized structure, can react to stimuli, reproduce, grow, adapt, and maintain homeostasis. An organism would therefore be any animal, plant, fungus, protist, bacterium, or archaean on Earth. But what are microorganisms? Living organisms which we cannot see with our eyes are called microorganism or microbes. Microorganisms are classified into 4 major groups. These groups are bacteria, fungi, protozoa, and algae. Let's learn about these groups in deep. Bacteria are a type of biological cell. They constitute a large domain of prokaryotic microorganisms, typically a few micrometers in length, and have a number of shapes, ranging from spheres to rods and spirals. Fungi are any member of the group of eukaryotic organisms that includes microorganisms such as yeasts and molds, as well as the more familiar mushrooms. Protozoa are an informal term for single-celled eukaryotes, either free-living or parasitic, which feed on organic matter such as other microorganisms or organic tissues and debris. Algae are organisms that belong to domain Eukarya and distinct from animals by being photosynthetic. These microorganisms are the main cause of several diseases. Some diseases like polio and chickenpox are caused by viruses, while common ailments like cold, influenza and cough are caused by several bacteria and viruses. Dysentery and malaria are caused by protozoans, while typhoid and tuberculosis are bacterial disease. Now, as you know, microorganisms are somewhat harmful. But where do microorganisms live? Microorganisms can be either single-celled like bacteria, some algae, and protozoa, or multicellular like algae and fungi. They can survive under all type of environment. Some microorganism grows on other organisms, while some exist freely. Some lives alone, some lives in colonies. But main things to see is whether microorganisms are harmful or beneficial. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Microorganisms are used for various purposes like making of curd and bread, commercial uses, medicinal uses, increasing soil fertility, cleaning the environment. Let's see all in details. Making of curd and bread. Lactobacillus promotes the formation of curd. It multiplies in milk and converts it into curd. While bread are made by formation of yeast in dough and increase its volume. Second, commercial use of microorganism. Microbes are used for the large-scale production of alcohol, wine, and vinegar. For the production of alcohol and wine, sugar present in barley, wheat, rice, and crushed fruits juice are converted into yeast. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Third, medical uses of microorganism. Antibiotic tablets, capsule are made by using microorganism. These medicines kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganism. Vaccines, when made from microbes, are known as antibodies. These antibodies are injected in our bodies so that, when disease-carrying microbes enter in our body starts to produce antibodies to fight the invader. Diseases that can be prevented by vaccination are cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, hepatitis and polio. Fourth, increasing soil fertility. Some bacteria and blue-green algae fix the nitrogen level from atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and make soil fertile. And last but not the least, cleaning the environment. Microorganism helps in decomposing the wastes like disposable waste and dead plants and animal. Thus, microorganism can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substance and thereby clean up the environment. This is how good microorganism helps in our life. But there are many microbes which are very harmful. Let us know about them too. Harmful microbes. Like pathogens are disease-causing microbes. They cause disease in human, plants and animals. Some microbes also spoils food, clothing, and leather. Let's see how these microbes cause diseases. Firstly, in human being. These microorganisms need to get inside of our body, to infect us. But how does they enter in our body? Well, there are many ways to get inside of any human body. Mostly they enter through air we breathe, water we drink, food we eat, or when we come in contact with the infected person. Microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicational diseases. There are some insects and animals which act as carriers of disease. Examples like housefly and mosquitoes. Secondly, in animals. Anthrax is a dangerous disease caused by a bacterium, while tooth and mouth disease of cattle is caused by virus. And last, in plants. Several microorganism causes disease in plants like wheat, apple, potatoes, and other. Well, they can be controlled by the use of certain chemicals which kills the microbes. There is one more problem called food poisoning. Food poisoning is due to consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms. Microbes grows on food and sometimes produce toxic substance. These makes food poisonous. Due to this poisoning, it causes serious illness and even death. Therefore, always eat healthy and fresh food, and it's also necessary to prevent food from being spoilt. For food preservation, there are several methods to preserve cooked food from microorganisms. They are: chemical method. Salts, sugar, and edible oil are the common chemicals, generally used to stop growth of microorganism in food like pickles. These common chemicals are called preservatives. Dry salt is used to preserve meat, fishes, amla, and raw mangoes, while sugar is used to prevent jam, jellies, and squashes. Sugar and dry salt both reduces the moisture in food and stops the growth of microbes in food. There is another method called heat and cold treatments. Pasteurization is a type of heat and cold treatment. When milk is heated at about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 minutes and then suddenly chilled for storage, it is called pasteurization. This prevents the growth of microbes. Well, there are some microbes which helps in nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation is a process in which atmospheric nitrogen is converted into nitrogen component, which is used by plants. If nitrogen is used by plants, then how about if nitrogen remain constant in atmosphere? For that we need to look nitrogen cycle. This cycle will explain us how nitrogen will remain constant. Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas. Bacteria like blue-green algae fix atmospheric nitrogen. These bacteria convert nitrogen to compound of nitrogen. These compound of nitrogen is used by plants. When plants die, bacteria and fungi present in soil convert nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compounds that is again used by plants. And some other bacteria converts some parts of died plant to nitrogen gas which goes back to the atmosphere. This is how nitrogen cycle works. Well, from here, you will have complete knowledge of this chapter. If you got the knowledge of this chapter, please tell us by liking the video. For any doubts, feel free to comments, it's always open to help you. and subscribe us for further lessons.